Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's astrologer Eric Rosen here to give you your daily horoscope for Friday, July 24th of 2020. Appreciate you guys being here. If you guys have followed me for any length of time, you know I'm super passionate about the astrology, and so I wanted to start showing up on a pretty much daily basis to start slinging horoscopes for you guys, not only just to help people maybe navigate the craziness of like what's going to ensue over these final months of 2020, which I know it's like, did the crazy stuff not already happen? It's like, no, just wait for the finale. But also because I enjoy doing this stuff, so hopefully you guys get something out of it. So first thing I got to bring up is the fact that here just a couple of days ago, the sun just came into Leo, which is amazing because this is like bringing back the passion energy. This is bringing back that king and queen energy to get us, on the long road of where we want to go. It's kind of like we've already been on the long road with all the Capricorn stuff, but this is bringing the fire, the intensity, the passion back, the joy, the fuel that can like keep us like kind of going on this. And so, especially with a moon in Virgo today, that's like making some really friendly stuff over to the things that are going on in Capricorn, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. It's like we can start to bring the passion to make the changes necessary, and I would say our day-to-day lives, our day-to-day routines, make those edits to do whatever makes sense, especially with the North Node in Gemini, to like make sure that we've got the passion to get us through these remaining few months, but also get something very beautiful, not only as we're going through it, which Leo can really bring, the sun, it's at home in Leo, but also at the end of this road of this year. And so, especially when that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction happens on December 21st, that's a big deal. But we've also got the moon that's also not making such friendly aspects to the nodes, which lets us know where the eclipses are happening. So I would say that, that these are already starting to become, like fated decisions, even though it's just a moon transit. But like when you've got Mars like coming in to its shadow period, meaning like it's about to enter the place that it's going to retrograde all the way back to after it gets all the way to the end of Aries and has a bunch of challenges with the stuff going on in Capricorn. So it's kind of like the structures in the government and the structures in our own lives clashing with our ego and the wound of our ego. It's like it's a chance to make these quick changes now. They don't have to be hard decisions. They can be very quick, fated ones. This is a good chance to get our head on straight of where do we want to go, because if not, if we don't kind of can see where things are leading and we don't feel like we've kind of got control over our own personal life, that's when it can start to seem like there's, things like governments and stuff outside of us that's controlling our life, and it can produce a really wounded feeling, not only just a feeling of being wounded, but maybe even like physically too, like some type of physical loss. Safety and security is going to be a big thing coming up here. So this is a great day to make the changes that you need to do in order to, it's all those things that we say, oh yeah, I know I need to work on that. I know I need to work on that. And it's like, how many times do you have to say the same thing or hear someone say the same thing? Like it comes up randomly as a synchronicity, you need to work on that. It's like, make the change now. Like that's coming into your life now to help you. So with Venus in Gemini still, it's been there forever, right? Like hasn't quite come out of its shadow period yet. So we're still kind of putting the final, I guess, ingredients you could say in the pie for the final bake of what are the relationships, the projects, the money situations that you need to put into this pie in order to get you to a better, more comfortable place, to an environment that feels good to you on this like long Capricorn road. And I know some people might be holding out like for the government, like, send out more checks or something like that. I wouldn't count on that. I'll get to that in a minute. It's more about like, what can you do right now, like in this moment, to like make these changes? And so it's also, challenged by Neptune, which can bring up like that delusion of like, oh, like the money will come, or the optimism of tomorrow, or new options coming in. And it's like, no, like the road is right in front of you. Like the changes to make are right there. And so it's more about using Neptune and Venus to get yourself, I would say, in a positive mindset, like the right vibration in order to attract in the money situations that you need, the projects, the people. It's like make the change within yourself and let that stuff start to attract. We've also got Mercury That's the understanding, right, of our minds, like, and we're trying to get like a deep understanding of how to feel better with it still being in Cancer. It's ironically also about to come out of its retrograde position, but it's also starting to be challenged by Mars. And so there's that Mars Chiron thing again. It's like, in order, I think, to feel better, and to really heal at a deep level, meaning like for the things that we'll say plague your life can stop coming back, it's giving yourself like a nourishing mindset, like nourishing thoughts to give yourself a fighting chance to actually take actions that are going to lead to an ultimately a more comfortable place. And so, you know, Jupiter is being led now by Pluto in Capricorn. That's been going on for a while. And so there's a little bit of like Pluto kind of like hiding the abundance a little bit that I think that everyone's looking for, whether that's, more unemployment or stimulus or, some big endeavor to come through, 6 months down the road, or even the abundance of like making a trip somewhere. A lot of people are like looking at making trips early next year. And so it's kind of like it's hidden though, like Pluto's controlling it. And so especially with Saturn there, like at the very end of Capricorn, it retrograded back there. It's like kind of putting the cap on like the abundance and the power that I think everyone's looking for. And so I think we've got to search deeper within ourselves with all those planets retrograde in Capricorn to say, how can I make big decisions, boss decisions, be the CEO of my own life in order to, find the abundance. And I think that, finding that abundance with Jupiter actually making some friendly stuff over to Neptune is what I would say is making the right moves that aren't so much rooted in like past subconscious thinking, like the way that we've always done things, and saying like, what's the new way that's coming up right now that's going to get me there. And when I say right moves, I mean we're basically talking about Uranus and Taurus, because Taurus deals with our personal values. And so Uranus has constantly been asking for this upgrade, like in our value system of saying like, where do you want to take this to a higher level? Like this is finding like a higher love, with Taurus, ruling physical love. And so it's like looking at what are your personal values, your personal definition of success. Those are the right moves. Those are the things to do. It's like, don't wait for a bailout. Don't wait for someone to come help you. Like make the changes that you know that you need to make, that honestly on a day like today aren't that hard to make, with the, the moon in Virgo making these friendly aspects to the Capricorn stuff to make those decisions. So, Saturn is also making, I would say, a faded aspect over to the North Node. And so this really is, it's making those big decisions. It's making the big decisions of what do you need to change in your day-to-day life, your routine. It can even be simple stuff too, because Virgo's simple, detailed stuff. It's what are the changes to, what time you wake up, the things that you do during the day, having an action list, having an accountability type of list. What are the things that you're putting into your body? How's your breathing? Like these are all Virgo things that are taking a look at the detailed stuff of like, how are you showing up in every moment of your life, right? Because, with this stuff going on in Saturn, which rules time, this is kind of the ultimate understanding of we're still in a sense of timelessness. And so it's like really doubling down on like those personable present moments of like, are you standing in the vibration and doing the things that you know that are going to get you to where you want to go? And so I would say finally, just using Mercury, to kind of like get the understanding of like, what are the nutrients that we need to bring in? What do we need to bring in order to, plant like better soil, to put the nutrients into the soil for a better routine with dealing with all this Virgo and Capricorn stuff. And then, what are the daily action items to water it, to help it grow? Like Capricorn can be a very long, barren road, like through the mountains. It reminds me of like, a scene from the Lord of the Rings, where there's a point where they were all like basically wishing they'd stayed home because a blizzard blew through or whatever. And it's like, there's no blizzards coming here in North America, like it's in the middle of summer, but that doesn't mean it can't feel like a blizzard in your life, like where you feel pinned down and you don't have a lot of options coming forward. So it's like, use the sun in Leo now to like make those passionate changes. And, you know, it also brings up the thing of like where this stuff is coming of like, the sun is out now. Use the natural sunlight, the natural passion to grow things instead of like artificial lighting. You know, it's like you can grow things that are like artificial lighting, but it's like it'll grow, but is it really getting everything that it needs for its longevity with it not getting the real nutrition of the sunlight? Something to think about. I love you all very much. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys want a reading and you mention this video, I'll give you a little discount. I'll give you 25% off a discount. So you can reach out to me for that. You guys stay well out there, which takes on a different meaning nowadays, but it's more about taking care of your vibration. You guys take care.